suggested contribution of $100 million announced by the Diocese of Buffalo to settle sexual abuse claims is raising some eyebrows across the Catholic community.
A group of devout Catholics is questioning the funding sources, but the diocese tells News 4 investigates it can be done with existing reserves and the sale of underutilized real estate. Tonight, we continue looking at some other pressing issues in the church, like the future of the diocese, declining attendance, and a shortage of priests. Our Luke Moretti reports.
With compassion and understanding, you forgive our sins to give us new hope.
The Catholic Diocese of Buffalo continues down a road to renewal, but some parishioners are skeptical.
Catholic faith is an outward-reaching evangelistic religion, and we're not doing that.
How can the diocese better deliver and remain a vital church? Parishioners like Mike Lewicki have real concerns about the future of the church.
The younger generation, if you talk to any young adult today and ask them why they're not contributing to the church, why they're not involved in the church, they're going to tell you because of the way that the priest abuse scandal was handled.
There's the bankruptcy filing by the diocese following an avalanche of abuse claims, and now negotiations over how much money should be awarded to survivors, what assets to sell off, what to keep. It's a reality parishioner Mike DeHarry says that he suspects is not very appealing to younger folks.
How would a young person get energized to join the Catholic faith? What's interesting? What would draw a person who has no religion to say, I want to be part of that? A lawsuit asking for money? I don't think that's going to draw people in.
Is the church willing to consider any sort of modifications to sort of get younger people involved, engaged, excited to be part of the Roman Catholic Church?
Yes, and I think the church always has.
Richard Sukan is the chief operating officer for the Diocese of Buffalo. He says there have been worldwide and local listening sessions with different segments of the population aimed at moving the church forward.
All that information was summarized. There were groups that went to Rome and presented and debated that information, and there is making recommendations as to how we as a church can move forward, still with vibrancy, with purpose, and with a message that is more exciting and invigorating, and that attracts more people.
There are also concerns about reorganizing and clustering parishes. Marie Karuba is a lifelong Catholic who feels a disconnect today when compared to days gone by, when the same parish priest was there for births, weddings, and funerals, and knew the families.
It's a revolving door, and people don't have that same connection to the person leading the flock. And I don't know if we'll ever get that back given the reduced numbers of clergy.
And that brings us to another problem. Priests. There aren't enough of them.
Too many buildings, not enough priests.
That's right, a shortage of priests. And given the current climate, it doesn't surprise Mike DeHarry.
Would you want to be a priest? I mean, is this the type of career? Is this the type of call or vocation? Say, this really excites me. Reorganization of parishes and fighting with lawyers in bankruptcy. I think I want to be a priest.
I mean, they're aging out. They're retiring.
Richard Sukan tells News 4 investigates that the priest shortage is part of the reason for the renewal, which involves establishing families of parishes within a geographic area.
How many noon masses do you need on Sunday? How many of you have to have an 8 o'clock mass? Could you coordinate 1 8, 1 10, 1 12 o'clock mass, and 1 Saturday visual mass, and get by with fewer priests because we have fewer priests? Combining resources, reducing the number of masses, so we don't burn out the priests we do have left.
Not surprising, there's disagreement about the path forward. It remains to be seen what the road ahead will look like. At this moment, the diocese is in the middle of federal bankruptcy proceedings and mediation talks aimed at reaching a negotiated settlement with sex abuse survivors. Richard Sukan thinks it could take between 12 and 24 months before any money is awarded. Luke Moretti, News 4.